He's a douche canoe.
As the stream starts, all right. Okay.
Well
Did that come through?
We are
I don't give
ready.
a fuck. That's my personal opinion.
No, I was just wondering if it came through. I don't care if it did or not. I was just like, it's an interesting way to start it.
Are we on?
You are on as of
or is
right
this
now.
Your usual, we're on, but we're not really on.
No, well, it takes time for this. I find the server, but it's all set. You're on.
All right.
And I'll be here.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to Barsgate and Adventures, Tales from. I don't even know. We don't have a title yet. We should come up with a title at some point. But for now, welcome to Adventures in or Tales from Bard's Gate with the frogs and froggy friends and all that goodness. Let's go around. I'm Edwin, and I'm going to be the GM for this crazy lot. Off stage here. Zach, you want to pop in? Say hello.
I'm Zach. I work with Frog God Games, and I work on this stream as the producer, back-end guy that draws screens and sets up XSplit. So.
And you just put a giant black X
I did. It's
censorship sign over Sarah.
I didn't mean
it.
It was
uncalled for.
It was supposed to be over you.
That's called for.
Well, that makes sense.
So wait till some shit gets started, then you'll hear her.
Oh boy!
Hear her go after it.
I don't think I've ever heard a halfling swear like a sailor before. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
She did get a 20 on the Intimidate, so I think she's got it in her.
Yeah.
Patrick, why don't you give us yourself, a character?
All right. I am Patrick. I also work with Frog God Games, as well as being a software developer. I'm playing Singe of Coromandel from the far-off land of Coromandel.
Excellent. Skeeter?
I am Skeeter Green from Frog God Games, and if you don't know who I am by now, you will never understand. I'm playing Mac Mittens, Cleric of Bast, and this is just a train wreck waiting to happen, so strap in.
And just remember, Mac Mittens takes no shit.
Doot, doot.
Right.
All right. Everybody else has bailed out on us. Our other regular players have decided, probably wisely, to just not show up.
The hair is not here tonight so far.
Yeah.
I am Sarah Pilgrim. I'm married to Patrick, and I do not work for Frog God Games.
Lucky.
I'm playing Hazel Brandybrook, halfling warlock who has come to Bard's Gate at the behest of her patron and is looking for some stuff. And that's my story.
And she says as if that's some sort of innocent la-di-da, somebody in my village has given me a few copper pieces to go into Bard's Gate. But no, it's a little deeper than that. So what do y'all remember from last time?
Your sound is breaking up a lot, Edwin.
Sound is?
Yeah, I think your camera's frozen now.
Not surprised. I think I have a poor internet connection.
I can't imagine that, being a European like you are. Don't you guys have all the internets?
We're just sharing Wi-Fi like everyone else.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Edwin, if you need to, you can close your video part down. That might help the audio.
It would certainly help
we'll give
us.
it a shot here.
So what part of France did you go to, Edwin? I forgot to ask.
The French
part with
part?
no internet.
Yes.
I am in Toulouse, which is in southwestern. Let's try this. There. Woo.
There we go. Wise
Oh,
okay.
The piercing eyes of wisdom.
Exactly. Exactly. You will all be scared now.
I'm
Does this
terrified.
help the audio?
It seems to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll give it a shot, see how it goes.
So my memory of last week was we all were in a basement with some twitchy old guy who needed some thugs to help him out on a mission.
Yeah, he was sketchy.
Okay. I mean that did happen. We didn't end there quite.
Okay, where did we end?
The old guy hired us to protect him while he met with some people, but he was missing his bedazzled purse. So we had to go to the docks to find
the bar
it.
fight.
Yeah, there was a bar fight.
Totally slipped my mind.
I rolled a really good intimidate roll on the way there, so people were pretty scared of me. And we had a bar fight and managed to get the purse back, and then we headed back to the Seven Trees Inn.
Yeah, so we basically left with you guys on the way back to the Seven Trees Inn. I think that Mac was berating Grimlawn, who has apparently gone and hid his head in shame because Grimlawn killed somebody in this bar fight, and Mac seemed to think that was a poor idea. The fight actually ended with some money changing hands and some smiles and handshakes and a few drinks, and a body getting tossed in the river.
Right.
But, you know, these things happen, apparently.
Now I'm all caught up.
So on the way back to the Seven Trees, I think, to start with, I think that there was a little bit of healing that happened. I think, I'm not sure quite.
Didn't I heal
because
somebody?
Hazel was at half health, so I think Mac healed me.
Yeah.
Mac healed,
So
yeah.
I'm almost back at full. So.
Excellent. Yeah, it was a pretty rough.
Yeah, I healed 2 people because it's still in the chat right here. It
Yep.
was a 5 and a 4. So,
Yep.
did Patrick get hurt, or was it Grimlawn?
It was Grimlawn.
Me and Grimlawn, I think.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me. And if you see me turn and twitch weirdly,
You do?
it's because my cats want to climb the backdrop.
All right. Well,
Hey,
when they jump on you.
Don't
We'll
blame
be
cats
prepared.
for doing what they do.
Cats do.
Cats do.
So
them.
I guess my first. So it's about 2:15. You know, a little after 2:00. You guys are heading across the bridges back to the guild section of town, and then planning to go to the Seven Trees Inn. I guess a couple questions. Are you all going to the Seven Trees?
I don't see why
I thought
not.
that was where we were meeting the guy.
Yeah.
Yep. No, he's, as far as you know, he's there waiting for you. I just wanted to check in and make sure.
Yeah, that seems like the thing to do.
Okay, Jin, on the way there, one of the things you notice is that you still have in your pocket a note, the note from Mysenko. Because in the excitement when you were, you'd been planning to give it to him, I presume, but when you went down, when you finally found the guy in the basement and all the conversations started rolling and just still in your pocket. And yeah, so you all get to the Seven Trees, and as you come in, you can see Horace, who's the short, rotund man who hired you or asked you to help him and is planning to hire you. And he is sitting at the bar, talking sort of deep in conversation with Hildegard, the dwarf who owns the establishment.
All right.
And as you come in, he looks over and he says, "Oh, did you find it? You're back very quickly. This must be good news."
We did. I can't remember. Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Yes. Of course we did. Of course we did. There's nothing we can't do
Oh, that's wonderful. That means
for
we
a price and within reason, and as long as it's not too dangerous.
Of course, yes. Please come join. Let me join you at the table again. Tell me what you found. And so he actually hops down from the bar, and as he's doing that, he turns to Hildegard and says, "Please bring these people an order of whatever they'd like." And so Hildegard, sort of looks up at you guys with a cocked eyebrow. She knows you all pretty well, so she's not, it's pretty informal, but she's definitely.
Is she gonna make me go get it and serve it to everybody?
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like she recognizes that you're that you're doing something else right now. So,
Lamb chops, medium rare.
Medium rare. Scorch your food?
Oh,
Holy
my
cow.
bad. Rare.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Go for
So,
Hey,
what's shaking?
Something I want to do while we're doing this is I had those the really good dark ale from that other place,
you sure did. Yep.
and I want to see if I can figure out what all was in it so I can recreate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's still sort of fresh on your palate there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me your. I guess this we decided was going to be an intelligence with your proficiency in brewer's tools added on.
Okay, so that would be my intelligence plus 4.
It's your intelligence modifier plus 2, plus your d20.
Okay.
Right, yeah, because your proficiency modifier is plus 2, and then whatever your intelligence modifier is.
So d20 plus. Okay, I got it. Sorry. My brain isn't functioning right now.
It's that ale. It's got a little something extra in it.
19.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you are pretty confident that you could at least, it probably would take you a few iterations of making it to really hone in exactly, but you're pretty confident that it is actually aged in an old wine barrel, and
Nice.
you recognize a little bit of the red wine from your neck of the woods, and then there's some nice little bitter touch in there. It might be something like coffee or cocoa or something, but there's a little something. You probably play around with it for a few batches. You think you could come close to stealing their recipe.
Nice.
I mean, to being inspired by their art.
Stealing their customers. Or making it so the reputable people don't have to go down to the docks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably don't want their customers, but
Yeah.
But you're sort of like, why is this stuff wasted on those on that lot? If they're anything like Grimlawn, they're probably not really appreciating it most of the time when they're in there.
Yes.
So as you guys sit down at the table and order your foods from Hildegard, Horace sort of hops up on the chair and says, "So did you said you found it? Can we see it? Is it here?" And I think that
Who had it?
I think that Grimlawn actually had it because he was dealing with the body of Jack, and it was on her. She was the one who had it on her.
Probably.
Yeah, I think he took it off of her.
And I think he is unlikely. So yeah, so he puts it down on the table. Grimlawn does. He seems not a very. He's not likely to do anything else, I don't think. And Horace says, "Oh, that's marvelous. That's great. That's really." And you can see that he is quite pleased with that. And he actually he reaches into his pocket and into his other pocket and his third pocket finally, and he pulls out some gold coins and puts them, sort of passes them around the table.
Nice.
It's not a huge bounty, but it is a total of 20 gold pieces. And he says, "This is just what I have on me. But thank you. I think this is really what we need, and I definitely would love for you to help me this evening. There's certainly more where this came from."
Oh boy.
So 20 total or 20 each?
20 total. 20
Okay.
total. Yeah.
So whatever that would be each. I don't math.
I think 4.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. No, 5 for now. Yeah, it'd be 5 each.
It would
'cause
be
Grimlock-
5
yeah.
because we don't have Liz yet.
Yep. Yeah. So 5
The
each.
only problem we have with joining you this evening is our doorstop had to go take a whiz, which is taking a lot longer than we expected. So
I think he fell in.
We're not exactly the physical intimidators that you may have been looking for previously. I mean, not for nothing, we are scared as shit of the halfling, but as are all people. But what is this meat you need some backup for anyway?
So yes. So I was told that I should. I'm to go down to Turlin's Well at the 10th hour, tonight, dark, and I was told to walk north from there towards Adams Avenue and look for a rose. Apparently, it'll be obvious, and that's the person I'm supposed to meet. But I'm just a little nervous about, obviously, being out at the night, and so this is a representative from the dock workers that I'm supposed to meet with, and we're supposed to basically start some conversations.
Well, that'd be perfect if Grimlon was here. He's a piece of shit.
I'm gonna actually.
We can do it.
Yeah, I will have him here if he needs to be here. I think just because the hair's not here doesn't mean we don't have a barbarian. Although maybe Zach, did you send him some notes or something?
To send some notes to the barbarian?
Yeah, just to see if we can find him, dig him out.
You mean, okay, Messer? Yeah, I'll do it right now.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I miss his hair. You're right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, since you don't have my video, the least we could have is some hair on screen.
That'd be fantastic. Just tribble.
Is my hair not good enough for you guys?
Your hair is marvelous and wonderful.
I mean, it is purple.
It is purple.
And it's purple.
It's not. It's just not the sheer volume of gigantic hair that Ben is sporting.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't show as well with the headset.
Exactly.
The thing that we're really missing online is that since Ben is 7 feet tall anyway, that hair is really up there. It is towering over everyone.
It's true.
If it falls, everybody gets hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a meteorite coming at you.
Well, I mean, he has to put so much stuff in it that it's, yeah.
It's got neck muscles to hold it.
Now, truth be told, we do love Ben, so
we do.
We're not just hashing on him since he's not here. Although we are doing that.
I mean, we are just hashing on him because he's not here.
We'll do it when he's here too.
Pretty much. I'm not even start in on Liz.
He's been messaged, and we will. I'll let you know.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all good. We can handle this. We don't need no barbarian backup.
No way. You're probably going to be a lot safer without him. I mean, just leaves dead bodies behind.
Got a halfling with you. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
We can just do this with cool.
She doesn't got this.
I can't even say that with a straight face.
We have Mac Mittens. He'll hiss at him and then piss on him and run away.
Hell yeah.
Horace basically. Do you want? Should we just meet here a little before 10, or what? If this is a good place,
Why
over.
Why don't we meet on the bridge at the Meat on a Stick franchise?
Okay.
Maybe we can go see
one just
Abe Froman too. He's the sausage king of Bardsgate.
Oh no, Meat on a Stick.
Oh, okay.
I hear that's an up and coming business. May have to get in on a franchise.
the one on the one on the west end of Kingsbridge. Or the other one.
No, it's east. It's on the Lyre Bridge, isn't it?
Well, there's more than one meet on a. There's more than one. I just want to know which one you want to meet at. They're all fine.
Minotaur Meats. That's the one.
Okay.
That's the base.
Yeah.
Horace, I forgot to give you this, and I hand him the note.
Thank you. And he sort of looks at it, and
hey, no passing notes in class.
Sort of backs up a little bit, opens it up, and you can see his face sort of scrunch up a little bit as he reads it, and he sort of gets a little tension back into his face, but he folds it up and puts it into one of his many pockets and says, "Right then, Minotaur meets at 9:30. I'll be there." Excellent. And he hops off his chair and have a good day, Hildegard, and heads on out. What do you guys want to be doing, if anything?
I'm going back to Temple.
Okay. And Jin?
I'm going back to the Bard's College, maybe the library.
So do you actually have access to Bard's College? My understanding was you just sort of hung out outside the gate and tried to understand.
I'm the creepy guy outside listening. I don't actually have access to it.
Okay. And what about Hazel?
I'm probably going to eat some more and then take a nap.
Awesome.
Okay. That is a good plan.
It's going to be my afternoon, and then I'll be fresh and rested for this evening.
You are totally going to get along with the halfling girl at Minotaur Meats. Rebecca, she's adorable, but she likes to snack as well.
Yes. Snacking is awesome.
It may or may not be based on an actual person that I live with.
So definitely, Hazel, you will get. I don't know if you need a short rest, but you certainly get a short rest.
No, I don't need one. I'm just napping for.
I don't think anything comes back for you. Jin, do you have anything particular? Or you're just sort of going to sit on the bench and listen to the world go by?
Yeah. I've got some thinking to do. I'm going to go do some thinking.
Okay. You can certainly go do some thinking.
If there's a chance to get into a library, though, I would definitely like to take that.
Well, I mean, there's certainly time. If there's a library that you have access to, there's certainly plenty of hours to get to do that.
I haven't
like a church
library yet.
So, what's your thought on what library you'd like to try to get to, or how you want to try to get in, or?
Well, is there a Temple of Yenamesh here? I can't remember.
Sure. Yes.
That would be where I would like to go, is to the Temple of Unamesh. He's the god of lore and knowledge.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
they
whatever. He
absolutely-
ain't all that.
I mean, he's no cat
So
goddess.
Nobody is.
it's not a very big temple. It is in the old temple section of town, and it's yeah. And have you been there before, or is this sort of the first time you're
Yeah, I'm a first timer.
Okay. So it is basically a cube of a building. It has some, 4 pillars holding up the facade, sort of a classic Roman front with some big stairs leading up. There are a couple of, we'll say some Sphinx statues on the
As it should be.
outside the main stairs, the main door, and there is a large arched set of double doors, heavy wooden double doors that are open, and you take yourself in, and there is you're sort of in the public temple area, right, where you would just sort of go and pray. There are some doors around the 3 walls that are not the one that you came in, and you can go ahead and roll me a religion check if you want, or
Okay.
you could do intelligence with religion if you want. I don't know if you're trained in religion, but
I'll give it a shot.
okay.
Oh no, I'm not very.
Apparently not.
So so this temple, you recognize some of the symbology. It's obviously, you're obviously in the right place, but where you sort of expected the layout to be what you're used to from your homeland, it's completely different. You've just sort of walked into a building. You have no idea what should be where. But basically, there's a bunch of closed doors, as I said, around those the 3 walls that are not where you entered, and then there's the middle of the building. This big common area is a series of pews and an altar, and the pews are actually arranged in a horseshoe around the central altar, and the altar, of course, has a large book on it. There's a few people in here praying, mostly humans, probably 4 total, but you don't see any obvious sign of clergy at the moment.
Okay. I'll peruse the book on the altar.
Ooh.
Maybe without. Not really. Is it open or is it closed?
It is open, yeah. So it's a large tome. It's probably about 2 feet tall, not thick, but the paper would be sort of each sheet is sort of 2 feet by 14 or 16 inches. So it's a pretty big, hefty book on a large podium.
Okay.
And it is densely. So you sort of would basically have to get up on the. So there's the dais, and then there's which the person would stand on, and they would stand at the podium, looking at the book, and sort of look out to the masses. So to really see the book, you would have to get up on the dais.
The
Okay.
washed heathens.
Yeah, I'm not going to get up on there. That makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you expect what it is. I mean, it's got to be the sermon book.
Okay. I guess I want to start nosing around a little bit and see if I can find one of the priests or possibly a library or just books other than the preacher man's book.
So yeah, so you basically, I guess, go up to the one of the doors more or less at random and knock, open it.
I want to look for open doors or cracked doors first before I start.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So you to your right, there's a couple doors that aren't sealed up, but to your right, there's one that's sort of open, maybe a foot, and there's some light coming through from the other side that you can see. And as you approach, you can actually hear a calm and quiet conversation. You just hear some not quite whispers, but just a calm conversation from the other side of the door, and you can see through the doorway that there are some shelves of books in there.
I want to listen to the whispering, so I want to eavesdrop.
Okay, go ahead and give me your perception check, please.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Ooh.
So what you hear?
Received the shit out of that.
Yeah, come out of both ears, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Stereophonic.
That beats the
left ear
double
roll and the right ear
double
roll.
ones I rolled on 2d30 the other night.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Unless you were trying to roll low, then that's all right.
Nope.
So there is what seems like an older woman talking, and there's a man's voice. You can't really place his age, and he only occasionally responds with, sort of the kinds of words that you use to keep somebody talking. Yeah, I hear, yep, oh, and she, from what you can pick up, seems to be talking about something or someone new in town, and it's a little odd because it sounds like it's some new royalty, some new prince or king or something, which is weird. First of all, because Bard's Gate is, although full of nobility, is run by the guilds. Basically, there's no, it's a free state, and that there's no, like, kings and queens don't just sort of wander about the countryside, willy nilly. They travel with 1,000 people. So, but that's the bits of the conversation, and she definitely seems concerned. You also give me an intelligence check, if you would, or insight. Insight's what we should be doing.
Okay. Interesting. New royalty.
Ooh, nice. And give me stealth.
Ooh.
Okay.
At least I didn't completely fall on my face.
You did not. So you, from your insight check, you get the sense that she is rather intentionally speaking in a bit of double talk.
Okay.
That she's saying one thing and meaning another, and that you, because you're not in on the conversation, you can't follow it. You sort of get the sense that the guy is, but so it's a weird conversation, and so you're sort of getting the idea that it's weird. And as you sort of get more and more intent, you apparently lean a little bit on the doorknob, and you hear the conversation change on a dime, and she gets a little bit louder. And she says, "Oh, yes. Well, if you're interested in finding out the history of the, Third Empire, then I suspect you probably would like to." She sort of goes off on some complete BS line of talk that was not at all what she was talking about before.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I was looking for the restroom. Is there a water closet here?
So do you open the door, or she's not talking to you, right? She has just changed, right? She's talking to this guy. And,
no, I go ahead and push open the door.
So you sort of open the door, and okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to intrude. I was looking for the water closet. Is there one about?
Oh,
I'm new
of
here.
Of course, yes. Just outside around the back.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Here, let me close this door on my way out.
Okay. So this is obviously a study room. There are probably half a dozen desks with most of them with 2, 3, 4 books on them, and then there's a library. There's walls of shelves around there, and the woman is old in a almost impossible kind of way. She might be in her 90s, but seemed very, just very, very, very much there. A lot of presence, strong and stuff, but she seems quite old. And the man, on the other hand, is old like Horace is old, so maybe in his 40s. And he was. They were both of them dressed in good quality but not fancy clothing. So they obviously have money but are not showing off. And you shut the door behind you, and then what?
I'm gonna go find the restroom.
Okay, so you go outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna go act like I'm trying to find the restroom.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you know that generally speaking, there's an alley behind a lot of these places, and that's basically where you were directed.
Okay.
So you can basically step outside and come back in a few minutes later or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll do that. That's your plan. Yep. Okay. So I'll come back to you. Mac.
Yo!
So as you are headed the few blocks from the 7 trees back to the Temple of Bast, are you sort of going straight through?
Well, no.
Okay.
I do the cat wander on my way back.
Okay. So you do, things are more crowded than normal. There's a lot of street festivity about, a lot of, food trucks and people doing various bits of street magic and entertainment, telling stories, etc. A lot of because of the labor holiday, there's just a lot more people on the streets and people spending and making money. You probably see your friend who plays with the 3-cup coins.
I'm always fascinated by that one. Typically knock one of the cups over, though.
Where does it go? Oh, not that one.
I'm done with this.
Yeah, stupid game. So Bard's Gate is lively today, at least, especially this temple district. Anything
Sweet.
Anything in particular you're looking for or trying to deal with, or you're just sort of doing the cat thing?
No, I'm just doing the cat thing, wandering around, walking right in front of people, screwing up how they walk.
Give me a perception check, if you would, please.
Following from in front.
Ooh.
I see invisible.
Yeah, you do. So you're, because of your catwalk being so impressively unpredictable and full of collisions, near collisions.
Sounds like me.
You definitely get the sense of some additional disturbance that seems to be in your wake as you are moving along.
Okay.
And not just once. Like, the first time it's just whatever, but eventually you sort of get the sense that maybe one, maybe more, who knows, but something's coming after you a little bit.
Okay. How far away am I from my temple at this point?
I would say that you are about 2 turns and a block and a half.
Okay. I'll pick up the pace slightly, not
Mhm.
to make it seem like I'm running or anything, but I'll pick up the pace and get a little more erratic with my
Okay.
standing in front of other people.
Cool. Ooh. Yeah. As you do that, you actually hear from probably 30 feet back or so, all of a sudden, just some rude ass cursing, as somebody obviously just walked smack into a vendor's cart, and, and is just yelling, just obviously frustrated and mad. And you are able to take a quick corner
Okay.
at that point if you want to.
Yes, I will take a corner and
Mhm.
then just kind of observe and see if I can. I know this is going to be almost impossible, but see if I can find out who is looking for someone.
Yep. Go ahead
Some
and give
guy
me your
walking
perception
with
again.
a limp.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So perception.
I think so, unless you can think of something better.
No.
Okay.
Eh.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. You catch sight of somebody who has turned the wrong direction, so he's not very close to you, but you see somebody briefly get up on a half barrel, which is sitting on the ground, and sort of do the hands over the eye thing and look. It is a man with dark skin and long dark hair that's a little bit gray, and you can see him sort of look around and obviously not find what he's looking for, and you can just see him from the neck up as he's sort of standing above the crowd a little bit.
Okay.
And he obviously curses again a little bit and hops down off and disappears into the crowd.
The little bit that I could see of him, do his clothes make him seem like he's a local, or does he seem out of place?
He seemed in place,
Okay.
and probably working class.
Okay.
Probably laborer of some sort.
Did he have the distinctive dock worker's hat on?
He
I don't know if
didn't.
that's a thing.
Right, yeah. No, he did not. He was...
I imagine
he
it's
just
a
had
cap with a sign that says dock worker on
dock
it.
worker. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
DW.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got a little flat place on top where you can put
Sure.
boxes when you're carrying them.
Yeah.
No, he just had the dark hair with the bits of silver in it.
Okay. Then I am going to take a roundabout way to the temple and try and stay out of larger groups. Like, I'm not going to use the main path. I'm going to scuttle through alleys and stuff.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, I think go ahead and give me a stealth roll. Okay.
Ooh, my bell gave me away.
So yeah, you head off in one direction and go through there's sort of a big open square, and you check and see, and it doesn't seem like anyone's behind you. You cut across around behind another building and eventually slink into the side entrance of the Temple of Bast.
The side entrance?
Unless you want the front entrance. You said you weren't going in the main door.
Right. I don't know. Can I go in the side entrance?
You
know what's in there, right?
Well, maybe not that side entrance. I mean, you live and work there. So.
Oh, I know. I don't know if the
potty box room.
I don't know. I don't know if the big cats like it when people walk in the side door.
Well, maybe I need to actually look at your map then instead of the one I'm making up in my head.
Mm.
It's distinctly unfair, I will say. When you guys make it up faster than I do. But yeah, I will say there is a side entrance that you can go in that is not a problem. There's no. It doesn't make sense to me that you would have to go in the main front doors there.
Okay. Well, I will toss one of the guards a little kitty treat and walk right in.
Okay. And do you have anything you want to do there, or I mean, what's your plan?
I want to talk to my rat catcher mentor and say, is it Hedor?
Hadron?
Hadron, yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell him there's some old man following me, and not in a good way. I don't know what's up with that.
Sorry, Haldor.
Oh, Haldor?
Yeah. Is there ever a good way?
Well, I'm not saying there's not, but there might be. Trying to make this as weird as possible.
Please, can you describe this,
little boy?
Yeah.
Describe this man to me, please.
I can't. Look like an older gentleman, working class. Just look like he seemed to be too easy to blend in. Made the hair on my neck stand up.
Give me an insight roll, if you would. And I think you have advantage on this roll.
I don't think I do.
Haldor is upset, concerned, something. But he says, so you did not note his looks, this man?
No, he was older man, some gray hair, longish. Didn't seem out of place at all. I thought to look for that. He blended in very well.
How did your work go this morning? You took quite some time.
It was all right. Nothing to see here.
Meaning there was no snakes there at the 7 trees.
Well, I did not see any snakes. We put a crate in front of the snake hole, and there was this weirdo who had a actually really good idea. So I think we at least delayed the problem from any further incursions. You know how I roll. If there's a snake, I'm on it.
Did it look natural?
What's that?
You said that you saw some signs of a snake.
Oh, the hole?
Yes.
It was a pretty big hole.
And the man was following you later.
Yes. I don't think the hole was big enough for him to fit in. And I honestly don't remember.
Have to be. Yeah, it wasn't. It certainly wasn't big enough for a man to fit in.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have to be.
Do you think there are priests of Set afoot?
I feel like there is definitely something afoot. There is the
game is afoot.
There is a play for power, and I'm not sure who is involved. Set may be involved. The priests of Set.
Set is always involved in something bad.
Yes, you must be careful when you are out. I suspect we will get. There will be some attempt to play us as mice.
Oh, you know,
we must be the cats.
Yes, we will. Do you know what is the old man's name that has the bedazzled
Mysanko?
purse?
Horace.
Oh, Horace?
Horace.
Horace.
Do you know of a gentleman named Horace? I believe he's new to town. He approached myself and some others, gathering a group for backup for a meeting he has, and I just get a squidgy feeling from him.
What, I don't know this man, Horace, but what meeting are you?
Oh, when I was checking out the snakes in the cellar, he showed up, and it was very odd. A bunch of people all showed up at the exact same time. It's almost like there was divine intervention on how we all got there, and we all got along fairly well. Just seems weird. I don't like people.
GM got involved in it.
Yeah.
None of you like people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim for short.
The man appeared where the snake was.
Well, not directly.
Well, this is mysterious. You have decided to accompany him later.
Yeah, I'm interested. I have curiosity.
That's good. Please be careful, but I will be very interested to know what you find. What do you know of the meeting?
I know it is sometime tonight, the 10th hour. I believe it's in the Docks District.
Turlin's Well, sure.
Turlin's Well.
Lying. Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm a cat.
Yeah. I will have to think about this, and I may perhaps. You will be around this afternoon for a while?
I will.
Good. Please check in with me before you leave.
Okay, will do. I'm gonna go outside and play with the guards.
Okay. And Hazel, is there anything? I know you said you just wanted to rest and eat, but have you thought of anything that you wanted to do this afternoon?
Not really. I'm probably talking to Hildegard a bit, about work stuff and about my plans to try out making that brew.
Okay. Yep.
And making notes about what I think was in it and how it needs to be done and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, she can definitely help you get the ingredients you need, and offers to lend you some space in the basement for your experiments. She also talks to you a little bit about the afternoon's brouhaha and general craziness. How open are you with her about the sort of subsequent activities and what you're planning for tonight?
Probably pretty open.
Okay.
I probably feel a little bit of I don't want to say kinship, but like friendship with her. She kind of took me in when I first got here and all that. And being brewers, we're also around lots of dwarves and everything. So
yep.
I speak Dwarvish and all that, and so there's a kind of a familial bond of sorts.
Okay. So she, you get a couple things. You get the sense that she seems to trust Horace, and that she actually knows him not well, but has known him and known him for quite a while. That he's sort of somebody that she has seen off and on for many years, and that he tends to he gets in over his head, but is basically good at heart.
Okay.
And he's one of these people that's sort of always trying to make it and always flubbing it. But because he's reasonably well-intentioned, people keep giving him, third and fourth chances.
Okay.
You also, she also is a little bit upset with herself for letting those thugs in when she, felt like she shouldn't have let them in, and then they went and started a fight. And she sort of, she feels a little guilty about her lack of good leadership, so to speak.
For letting them in against her better instincts, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
When you go down, she takes you down, and sort of when you're sort of clearing out an area, to sort of say, here, I'll give you this corner in the basement over here.
Okay.
You can smell the rather strong fumes from the ether vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stronger than it was before. And when you check it out, you actually can see that the bowl has been tipped over, and that the stuff has sort of spread across. And basically, the vinegar is there, the ether is, is coming out, is evaporating. And give me a perception check, please, if you would.
Okay. $11.
Okay. I think that's what you notice. So somebody kicked the bowl over, basically.
Okay. Would someone else have been down here? Like, would I know?
You can certainly ask Hildegard.
Okay. I would like to ask Hildegard. Has anyone been down here recently?
Nobody should have been down here since you all left. I don't think. I wouldn't have. No.
Because this bowl is tipped over, and it wasn't when we left.
Well,
And
perhaps it is the snake.
Possibly. I thought the strange little man.
Coming from you.
Okay,
That's
strange tall man. Had said that it would keep the snakes away entirely, that they wouldn't come near it.
Well, perhaps it was a rat.
Possibly. I don't know if it deters rats.
Well, since you will see Mr. Mittens apparently this evening, please ask him if he would. He or perhaps Haldor would come tomorrow to look in again.
Of course.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to do, or you're happy?
No, after doing, clearing out a little space to set up my stuff later, I'm gonna go take a nap.
All right.
Yep.
So Jin, you come back inside from your potty break.
All right. Any new people in here that I might notice? Clergy.
I'm assuming it's only been. Sure. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Somebody has come out from one of the rooms while you were out there, and he is obviously a member of the church, an official member of the church.
Okay. I will approach him and ask him if there is a library or some place to study that they might allow members of the public into.
Well,
that
of
I come
course.
seeking knowledge.
This is a church of knowledge. What sort of knowledge are you looking for?
Mysticism. Yeah, mainly
Mysticism.
and metaphysics.
For what purpose?
More than anything, to expand my knowledge. I came across a scroll in my travels, or well, actually in my homeland, and there were many things in there that I didn't understand. So I'm just trying to understand it a little bit better and I don't like not understanding things. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Well, of course, but there are many things that we must be content not to understand, and some things that are best not understood. And I do not want to lead you into danger if you have found something which is better not understood. That is the only reason I ask. We would like our knowledge to be for good and for help.
Fair enough. I understand. Okay, what about on cultures of Libanos?
Yes.
I'm
You
looking
are
for
from Libanos, no?
a good. I am, but there's many cultures in Libanos, where I come from, and then there's all the other areas. I don't know much about the other areas.
Ah. Sort of history you are thinking about.
Yeah, history. A good survey.
We can certainly provide you with a book of the Eastern realms and the rulers and lands and peoples, if that is
that
what
would
you
be
are interested
fantastic.
in. Yes. Please, follow me.
Okay.
You are...
My name is...
Go ahead, yeah.
You were asking my name?
I wasn't, but if you care to share it, that would be wonderful.
I'm Singe of Cormandu.
Zinj of Cormandu. A pleasure. I am Brother Jacob.
It's great to meet you, sir.
I was going to ask if you are familiar with the cares that must be taken with old texts, if you are comfortable and you understand how they must be preserved.
I do. I was raised in the library at Cormandu.
You were raised in the library at Cormandu.
I was.
That is... And you came here to our little temple, seeking knowledge.
Well, I came to Bard's Gate for other reasons, and I mean, I'm always seeking knowledge, regardless of where I am.
But imagine giving up the access to that incredible library. I can't even fathom. Well, we are honored. We are honored.
I will be returning there, but it is hard to be away from there. Thank you.
I'm sure. Yes. Well, please. And at that point, so by then you have gone into to one of the rooms. It is magically lit. It is. You can tell as soon as you come in, the air is different. You know, it's a little drier, a little cooler. There are, scrolls and books and just an impressive place. Not perhaps for you at this point, but and he sits you at a little coral, a little desk, and brings you 3 books, which seem to be fairly dry, fact-filled, or perhaps myth-filled. histories of the Eastern lands. Is there anything specific you're actually interested in figuring out here, or what's?
Nah, I'm passing the time.
Okay. So yes, so you spend several hours engrossed in research. Some of it is new information. Some of it contradicts things you thought you knew and may be wrong or maybe correct. And some of it is just downright goofy. Usual mix of stuff. Does anyone else want to do anything before they head to Minotaur Meets?
No, I'm just going to chill out and rest, make sure I have all the spells available for when shit goes sideways, which I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But no.
So I was actually thinking about this because you don't have time for a long rest, really.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what you get with a short rest, if anything.
I get to be lazy.
You get to be lazy, absolutely. Do you check in with Haldor on your way out?
Yeah, he told me to.
Okay. He actually hands you a ring that has a agate, a cat's eye, on it, and he says that he can know where you are, or at least know where this ring is, and that that you might be able to, he seems a little concerned about this, sort of send a cry for help through it if something goes south, but he will certainly know, he says, where you are or where the ring is.
All right.
Keep it safe and keep yourself safe.
I will do that.
And you guys head off to the Minotaur Meets, and I think we will, as you come to the Minotaur Meets and you see Horus, the short rotund man there, it is night. The clouds, the fog has come in off the river. It's kind of a chill night, but you see him by the lamplight there, and he is eating some meat on a stick.
As one does.
We will call it there for this episode.
Yay! We survived.
Awesome.
Yay.
I was just really excited about the meat on the stick. All right.
Yeah. That's the best part, right?
All right, so hold on.
Okay.
So are we paused?
Nice.
We're not paused. I'm just putting up visual cues for when I edit.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
So yeah, if we want to, I guess, 2 questions. We can carry on. We can take a break. We can just stop and see if. We certainly know that. You can see if we want to do it with more people. So I can go. We can do whatever you want. It's up to you guys.
I could use a quick bio break if we're taking a break.
Yeah, we can take a break and then keep going. I have one frog god thing for Patrick and Edwin when we're taking a break.
Okay.
Sarah, I'm
we'll do about
not saying it in front of you.
No, it's fine.
I had something to ask them about these chapters. So
yeah, no worries. I'll be back.
Cool.
So the plan is when I send these chapters to Chuck and he does his initial layout, what I will probably do, since I'm sending them piecemeal and early, when he sends them back to me for markups, I'll send them to you guys too, so we can
Okay.
have more eyes. I think we'll have enough time to do it this way, since I'm sending, like, the wilderness and the cloister chapters are, 30 pages apiece. I think getting those knocked out early is going to, well,
Right.
cloister is 15 pages. I think getting those knocked out early is going to be helpful, and then it should just be a momentum thing. Once he gets used to the exact layout and everything we've pointed out for questions and things,
Okay.
I just want to do it that way. And all of the comments, I was not able to include Zach's comments because I didn't see him. I didn't see that he had compiled the PDF, all of the PDFs. I thought we were just throwing them into one, but he's going to talk to Chuck about his some of his layout concerns. I think the only things I didn't incorporate were Patrick, you had a comment about the traps.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do those necessarily all like a call out, here's a trap.
Okay.
It was kind of just story based and text, so some of those descriptions will be different.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it was a huge deal. Once it gets into RA proper, it does get a lot more formulaic, I guess.
Right.
So it does adhere to that kind of style.
Okay.
I had initially thought about doing a breakout for traps to be a block like Pathfinder did, and then it's like, nope, we're not going to do that. Just because that's not how 5th edition rolls. So we're not going to try and reinvent the wheel for Frog God. And I think Edwin had one comment about bulleting in the treasure where it has those chests laid out
instead of the number sign.
Well, no, I thought it was just not have the bullet and then just have the chest. Anyway.
Yeah, just chest one. But anyway, yeah, that was my thought. But
I'm going to keep the bullets just because when later on in other chapters, when there's series of different containers, it does seem a little bit easier to knock those out by container, so people can say, "Oh, what's
sense.
in this? Oh, I thought it was in this. No, I thought it was in this." So it gives it a little bit consistency, but I did see your point totally, and I'm sure there will be some place in the book where I will forget to fucking do that, and 3 people will be sure to let me know, hey, this doesn't follow the pattern of everything else. It's like, you know what? It doesn't. It's a book. Go fuck yourself.
I have 2 questions for you. Is there still a plan for an independent, or has it already happened, editing pass? Does that happen after layout? Or is that us? Is that what we're doing?
That's going to be some of what we're doing at each chapter look. I don't think we're going to do another like copy edit of the entire thing.
Okay.
Because this has gone. I know you have picked up a lot of things, and there were some things that you mentioned, but it's been copy edited repeatedly, and every time we do a copy edit, we're gonna find more stuff. I don't think there's anything glaringly horrible.
Okay.
It's a lot better than it was.
Yeah.
The other question is, I know I'd sent you. This is actually more of a reminder than a question. I'd sent you a list of things about the maps that were broken or wrong,
Right.
and I just want to remind you, as I know the maps are getting finalized, that if there's anything in there that you care about, don't forget that there's a list that you have.
I think I incorporated those into what I did, but go ahead and send me that again. Just, I know you've sent it to me like 3 times, but
okay.
I'm pretty sure I incorporated those into my hand-drawn list here that's on 6 different scraps of paper.
Well,
Like
these would have
cocktail
been notes that
napkins.
would have had to have gone back to what's his face,
Robert.
Robert. Yeah.
So yeah, those were probably already done. Although Zach is Robert Light, he is doing
Right.
fantastic stuff on the fixes
Awesome.
that,
Okay.
that we do come up with.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can resend those.
Yeah.
I think I just have it in OneNote or maybe in a Word doc, one of the two. All right, I'm going to take my 2 minutes here, and then I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going through the cloister right now, looking at it for art and map placement. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I can look at any Wizards of the Coast book and go through 4 pages and go, oh, there's an editing issue.
Yeah.
I think if it's not like offensive or like super blatantly, oh, wow, did somebody just throw words on a page? People don't really care at this point.
Or barf semicolons all over it.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
love to incorporate random semicolons.
It's gotten a lot better than it was, just from you and Edwin going over it.
Well, yeah, and the thing was when I did it for Pathfinder and the Swords and Wizardry one is just horrible, and I did that one, and we didn't have the time, and I didn't have the experience of doing it as much now.
Yeah.
And still, in 4 years, I'll look at this one and go, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
Don't
You
say
know,
that on
that's
the
just-
stream.
That's just how that goes. Oh, I don't care.
I know you don't.
Any
That's
of
why I
our
can say it.
longtime fans know our editing has gone from that's atrocious to that doesn't cause me physical pain.
Yeah, I'm going through the Blight right now, fixing a lot of things from stuff that we had problems with, like accept all changes, and yeah, I'm not really enjoying my trip back to the Blight.
But it's such a
Aw,
warm and sunny
okay.
place.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to ask you, Patrick, with the Sathar, the frogmen, is there anything in the monster description for the NPCs that will be in Rappaneathic, or are we going to handle that differently? Like, is there the Sathar race, and then this is them as priests as a base, and then here's them as a high priest base.
I do have them as a sorcerer.
Well, there should be priests, I think, sorcerers or warlocks, and monks.
Okay. I hadn't. Honestly, I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, we can. We should.
Because I just don't know if it makes more sense to put those NPC classes in the race write-up or not have any of them, and then just create the NPC, Sathar Priest, and then here's the block for an NPC. And that might be a question to loop Edwin in on, because he did some charts.
Yeah.
So you have it charted out, which I thought was actually very astute way to do it. I just don't know if that should be in the side. These are NPCs of the Rappaneathic area, or if that should be, this is the Sathar race. Here's their common NPC block.
Well, I think it's something that we're going to come into a lot, right? I mean, it's sort of so Rappaneathic, you have 4 levels of priests of X and 4 levels of why City of Brass, not every
Right.
adventure, but most of the adventures have, a something which has 2 or 3 or 4 tiers, whether it's, goblins and better goblins and super awesome goblins or whatever it is. And so I think it makes sense for us to think about a way of putting that information in a condensed, a tabular, some sort of system that is not necessarily 3 stat blocks that are 90% the same as each other.
Right.
Well, that makes me wonder if we shouldn't just do it in the NPCs, because when the humans have, oh, this is a level 4 human priest, this is a level 8 human priest, this is a level 10 human priest, we can just do it as, priest of Orcus and blah, here's a block.
Yep.
And then, or no, it wasn't priest, it was clergy. Because that way,
Right.
when we say priest, it doesn't get confusing.
Exactly. So
if
we'd have
we do-
clergy of Orcus, and under there you'd have acolyte, priest, high priest, or whatever the titles are.
Right. Patrick, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to go about it.
Because then that
Maybe-
way we can keep the races strictly race information.
Mhm.
And then NPC information can be in the NPC area.
Well, but what if you have the same thing, though, that is a bunch of, like, when you have the goblin chief, and the goblin sub-chief, and the goblin party leader, so you have 4 different levels, quote-unquote, of goblin.
I would
Um,
say that would be in the NPCs as goblins of Rappahathic. Because that makes it, okay, these are goblins that could be anywhere in the Lost Lands, but these goblins who happen to be in Rappahathic, here's their common
Cool. Okay.
abilities. That way, if somebody else is using, well, I'm using goblins from.
So if we have 4 tiers of
shit.
goblins in the City of Brass, they would be different 4 tiers, and they might have different stats.
Right,
So they'd be in their NPC things.
because
Okay, that
they're
makes
gonna-
sense. I like it a lot.
They're going to have different weapons.
Yeah.
They're going to have different focuses. So, it would be the goblins of City of Brass, or it's the goblins of Rappahathic, or it's the goblins of Stoneheart Valley. That way
Yeah,
we can use
I think
that
that's awesome.
as a breakout.
So
And then
we
you
should
still
probably
have. Go ahead.
goblin. I was gonna say we should probably make one of those and get it to Chuck and see how big it is. Is this is going to be a full page width probably, as opposed to the half page width of a standard. But we should see what it looks like laid out when we have sort of a 4 levels or
Right.
3 levels of priest or of warrior or something.
Well, you have that one that you did, right?
I do, but I have those in Word, and I'm just thinking it would be nice to actually see it in the Frog God layout.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we can do one of those, basically one of the ones that you already have set up, unless it's proprietary for whoever else you did it
It
for.
is, of course. Yeah. I mean, but
So we could just change a couple of the things, do goblins, and even just put X's in there.
right, exactly.
Just do the to hit, damage, preferred weapons, armor. You and I can kind of bat that around and see what the good setup would be, and then have Chuck make it like almost a token or something, so then he can just plop it in
template.
there.
Right.
Yeah, make it a template. I mean, it's going to be different.
Right.
I would imagine it's only going to be humans, goblins, hobgoblins, and maybe orcs. That's the only thing that's going to need a big
For Rappahathic,
graph
you mean?
like that.
Right.
For Rappahathic, right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so there should already be some hobgoblins done. I think I sent those were in the document I sent you, Skeeter.
Okay. Yeah, so we can get those into a big graph, but I think that grid of laying it out like that is going to would be helpful.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool the way it was done. So,
And I think I might actually see a laid out PDF of that fairly soon, which I can.
cool.
I should be getting. I was told I would be getting to look at that fairly soon, so I can pass that.
Nice.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen to be for something new in green, does it?
No, it does not.
Oh.
No, because that's all swords and wizardry.
Gotcha.
So speaking of new and green,
Oh,
I
is
did
this
back that one.
This is a forbidden thing, possibly.
Everything is forbidden.
No, you know what I mean. Greg
I do.
Gillespie's thing.
So yeah, I saw that, Skeeter.
Yeah, I went in on
Thank you.
that. I was like, the only thing that because I had to figure out which of the bundles to get, and I was like, well, I don't need another GM screen. I mean, good Lord,
Right.
I've got 40. So I was trying to figure, but I wanted all the books and I wanted the maps.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Mhm.
I got in on the right one, but who can know?
Should have been the
Well, there is
70-pound one, I think.
I think I
There is
went up
a,
one ahead of that one.
Okay.
I think I did like an 86 or 80 something. I think that was a tier. I don't know. I'll
he
have to
did
look
make
at
a
it
little
again.
table down near the bottom of the Kickstarter.
Yeah, and that's
There's
what
a
I
little, like-
eventually looked at to get it, and I think I got the right one. I can take a look at it again. Okay, so here's a question, and this is one of the things that I don't know enough about 5e to answer. So in the cloister, there is the 6 prisoners, the prisoners of Sathaga.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
Edwin, you might be more familiar with this than Patrick, but we call it like